I've got all the ingredients right here to make the oil, and I'll get to that in a second. First, I want to show you what I want to use it on. This is my spalted maple footstool that I made. And the problem with this wood is that it's still very wet. Now, I think this will prevent it from cracking too heavily. I bowled out the middle on the underside here to make the middle of it thinner so that it will compress as the wood dries out, and it will be less likely to crack out here on the, say, perimeter. That's my thinking anyway. I've already got some cracks here in the middle, and I've also got some cracks on the outer part here that were already there. They're just starting to spread open a little bit. And what I want to do with this is I want to give it more protection to slow down that drying out rate as much as I can. So I initially put boiled linseed oil on there. Boiled linseed oil is a pretty good finish, light duty finish. The only problem is it doesn't have a very durable film to stop the migration of moisture in or out of the thing. So basically what I want to do is block moisture from leaving this wood too rapidly. And to do that, you need some sort of film. But I don't want to make it too thick to make this look like plastic. So that's why I want to make the Danish oil. Now, Danish oil is a mixture of regular polyurethane, linseed oil, boiled linseed oil, of course, and mineral spirits in equal proportions. So I've got my linseed oil here in this bottle, and I did thin this down a little bit with mineral spirits just to make it thinner because it was starting to thicken up. And I'm going to take this and pour enough in this jar that I have here to make this worthwhile. Like I say, it's equal proportions, but it doesn't have to be exact. Now, I like to use glass jars with metal lids for this because it will block air from reaching these finishes. These finishes react with oxygen in the air to harden, and that's what makes them, set. So you want to put it in a container that will stop as much of that as possible. I need a screwdriver to open this up. Like if you put it in a plastic container, it will harden a lot faster than a glass one with a metal lid. Even if it's a glass one with a plastic lid, it'll set up faster because air goes right through plastic. Not very rapidly, but it still will. Now I've got my urethane here and it's already skinned over. So I'm just going to try to get that out. I've got the skin taken off, and I've got this filter here to filter this stuff, just in case there are any lumps in here, which can happen. I'm just going to keep an eye on my bottle until I see this roughly doubled what I've already put in there. Roughly, because it really doesn't matter that much. I'm going to put in mineral spirits, the same amount as the other two. Like that. And I've got a piece of plastic wrap here to act as a gasket for the lid on the bottle to make it easier to take off. I'm just going to put that in place. Tighten that up good and give it a good shake. Okay, now that it's all mixed up, I can use it to finish the piece. I'm going to start on the underside, of course, and what I'm going to do, like I said, is I'm going to brush it on with this cheap brush on every surface and leave it to sit for a few minutes so that it actually has a chance to soak in. But like I said, this is more of a film finish, and it's the kind of film finish that builds up over many coats. So you would put on one coat of this, let it dry overnight, sand it very lightly the next day, put on another coat, let that dry overnight, sand that the next day, all the way up to 6, 7, 8 coats, as much as it takes to get the results that you're looking for. You can get something that is absolutely glassy in the end and be a very thin film. It is possible to just brush this on very carefully and leave it without wiping off the excess. And I do believe that's what I'm going to do with the first coat of this, so that I actually get some buildup. And then what I'll do, like I said, is I will sand it very lightly tomorrow to smooth off any roughness. And I would use like 400 grit paper for that, and then give it the next coat. But the next coat would probably have to be wiped off. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you next time.
The heart is the part of your body